We learned a lot by working on our inbox contract, but we only wrote a tiny bit of Solidity for it. In this video, we're going to kick off our next project, which is going to focus a lot more Solidity code, and we're going to get to see some of the more intermediate features of Solidity in general. In this section, we're going to talk about the purpose of the next contract we're going to make. So we'll talk about what its goal is, and then we'll do some initial design or architecting of the contract itself. So let's talk about what this contract is going to do. The next contract we're going to work on is going to be a lottery of sorts, or kind of like a raffle. We're going to create a contract that we're going to call lottery. It will have a prize pool and a list of people who have entered for the prize pool. So let's imagine that we have two players, player 1 and player 2 over here. These two players can send in some amount of money to our contract. As soon as someone sends money into the contract, they will then be recorded as a player in the game. So this players box right here has P1 and P2, which represent player 1 and player 2. The ether that they send into the contract will be held in a prize pool of sorts. At some point in time, after some number of people have entered the contract or entered the contest, a third person or a third party of sorts, who we will refer to as a manager, will tell the contract to pick a winner. When this manager tells the contract to pick a winner, and one thing I want to make clear about this is that it's not the manager who's picking the winner. The manager is telling the contract to pick a winner. At that point, the contract will look at its list of participants. It will pick one of these two players right here, and it will send all the money out of the prize pool to that particular winner. At that point, the lottery contract then resets, and it then becomes ready to accept a new list of players and repeat itself all over again. So essentially, it's a self-repeating contract that can be used for playing a tiny little lottery or raffle, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be a fun little project because we're going to get a much better sense of how we can enforce some level of security around a contract. We'll figure out how to work with Ether from within a contract, and we'll figure out a lot more about some of the basic data structures of Solidity. Let's pause right here. We'll continue in the next video, and we'll start talking about some of the basic requirements of this contract. So I'll see you in the next video.